Aloha, my name is Caroline Wilhelm. I'm the founder of the brand Moms Have This to Say. It's a brand for moms, about moms, by a mom, me. So today, I want to talk about mom hacks. What are some of the things that you do that make life a little bit easier, or you've learned to do that will make things work a little bit faster or better? I have 3 that are interesting. They're not interesting. They probably are things you already do. But if you don't, here we go. As my pen just fell. But that's okay. One of the things that I do as a mom, if you have a mom a kid who's still using toys, and you have loads of toys, you always get toys for presents, and you get toys for this and toys for that. One of the biggest things that I've learned to do is toy rotation. What do I mean by toy rotation? Assign different toys for different days or for a week. Like you have different piles of toys, right? And you can say, this week we're playing with this pile and hide the other 2 piles, right? And what's good about that, one, is they'll really play with all their toys. Number 2, they'll have interest in the toys that they had ignored for a while, right? So when you put all the toys together, kids get bored. So they watch, they play with that toy. It's always in their periphery. They can see it all the time. They get bored of it. But if you hide it for like a week or even a month, all of a sudden when you bring it out, it's like a new toy. Have you ever noticed that when you have friends over and they have kids, your kid is all of a sudden interested in a toy that they didn't care about, right? They've always had it. It's always been in their presence, but they all of a sudden want to play with it because a friend of theirs is there and they're playing with that toy. Now, if you rotate your toys, it'll be like that for your kid every, week, however you decide to do it. Some moms are very organized and they'll do it daily. They have like piles for daily. Let's just be honest, not all moms have that capacity. So for you, it could be a week, it could be a month, but just put toys in piles and hide toys, bring them out every week, every month. Let's see how your kid plays with the toys. Then that means you don't have to buy toys all the time, because if you go to Target or you go to wherever and your kid sees a toy, I want that toy, I want that toy. But if they have this rotation, it'll be easier for you to be like, no, we already have that toy. Well, I've never seen it. Well, we have it. We're not gonna get it today because we already have it. And then you'll say, or you can say something like, I'll buy it next time. And when you get home, maybe the next day, rotate your toys. I'll just say, don't go to Target with your kids if you're not planning to buy something small for them from the $3 bins or whatever. Is it $5 or these sometimes $1 bin or whatever? So rotate your toys. I think that works for me. I'm sure it'll work for you. I know some of you are already doing it, so you're like, blah, 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 what is she telling us? But if you don't do it, this could be something you can start doing. The other thing is, another hack that I have is batch cooking. BATCH cooking. I have an accent, so. So this means you prepare loads of food for the week. You can say for some of you it'll be Sunday, for some of you it can be Saturday, where you make a lot of food for the week and freeze it, partition it into like days. This is more like for the proteins, like your chicken, your fish. Your fish is actually really good when it's cooked daily. But your chicken, your steaks, your proteins, your beans, your whatever, you cook them, partition them into little containers for the week. And so every evening, you don't have to worry about cooking, because that's usually, even rice, you can batch cook your rice and just make it into daily batches, I guess. Put them in containers for daily. So I'd say rice, your veggies, your protein. Maybe you can decide, I don't like vegetables that were not cooked that day, like maybe your kale or your mixed veggies or whatever, those you can cook, for the meals for that day. But if you have to cook everything every day, it makes it no fun. And sometimes you just don't have the time to do it, especially working moms. I think batch cooking. Some people do. I love to freeze. I love beans. So I like to cook a lot of beans and then freeze them. I might not have beans every week, but I'd like to just know that there's beans in the freezer just in case. For the steaks you can cook for the week, and also the chicken you can cook for the week. For those people who like doing salads, again, you have them already cooked. You pick your daily container and spread your protein on your salad, and it's delicioso. And for the kids too, you don't want to be somewhere the kids are having fun and you're thinking, oh shucks, what am I going to cook for dinner? What's going to be for dinner? You don't want that to be a thing. You have your food already cooked, come in, warm your food, kids go take their baths, they go to bed, and makes life so much easier. So that is a mom hack. For those people who don't mind eating food that's been cooked, maybe on Sunday, like on a Wednesday, you know what I mean? I don't mind, it's easy for me. Yeah, that's a mom hack. One other one is, and this is the last one, there's many. I'll be sharing with you many mom hacks as I go during the weeks, as I remember some of them. But one of the ones that I'll never forget is when I first gave birth, I needed a very good coffee. And I know when you're breastfeeding, they say don't take coffee, blah, blah, blah. I did. I had coffee at least once a day, but I wanted a good cup of coffee. And as you know, when you've just given birth, you don't look the way you want to look. You're very tired, so you don't even have time to wash your face sometimes. You just, you know how it is. So a drive-through coffee place is the best. So we're talking with one of my neighbors about the fact that we don't have drive-throughs here in where we live on this side of Kihei. And yeah, that's sad because we love, there's a place called Akamai. Akamai usually has a drive-through in Kihei somewhere. But this side of Kihei, they don't have a drive-through. They have just a regular Akamai coffee shop. So that's something that I miss, because you don't want to have to look somewhat decent to go grab coffee. You want to know that you can bring your kid in the back seat and go to a coffee store, coffee shop, drive through, grab your nice cup of coffee and go, right? But it has to be close by where it makes sense. Otherwise you have to go to Kahului to get coffee. That doesn't make sense. When I'm going to grab the Akamai drive-through, it takes me about 15-20 minutes, which is not a lot. By the way, now I sound like a brat because there's people who drive really far for things. It's not far, it's just I would have wanted to be more local. But yeah, it's tough. I love Akamai. We don't have a Starbucks here on this side of Kihei also, which sucks. So the drive-through Starbucks, the closest one we have is in, where is it? Wailuku. The closest one is in Wailuku. And then Kahului, which is a distance. So Starbucks people, why are you not in South Kihei? South Kihei, Wailea, Makena area. Why are you not here? Come and do a drive-through here, please. Starbucks people. Akamai, love you, but we need an Akamai drive-through here, close to us, so we can drive through and grab some coffee. But anyway, that's a hack. Like, you don't have to dress up to go grab coffee. You need to figure out the closest drive-through coffee. This is for people who like coffee. There's people who love smoothies or whatever else is sold in coffee shops or whatever. So drive-throughs are the best thing for moms. They work. So that's a mom hack. Number 4, for me, I say have designated areas in your home that can stay neat for as long as possible. And a lot of people are like, oh no, that means that some part of your house is a museum. Now, if that's what you're going to call it. But for the fact that when you find a neat place in your house every so often, it kind of calms your brain. It calms me. Maybe because I'm a little bit OCD. I just like one portion of the house to be neat. So find a portion where kids can tear it up. Like their toys, they can tear it up and you don't mind. You don't mind coming and everything is upside down. And even if you don't pick up those toys by the end of that day and they're there today, tomorrow, the day after, it doesn't affect your mental health. For me, if there's not a little space in the house that's a little bit neat for the most part, it just messes me up a little bit mentally. But that's just me. What do you do, moms? What is your mom hack? Like, how do you maintain some sanity when it comes to things looking neat? And that's really impossible with kids. And it only happens when the kids go to bed, where you pick up a little bit and then they wake up and it's back to crazy. What do you guys do? I think for me, that is my hack. Like, I find a portion of the house where I can make it look neat for the most part. And that doesn't mean that your kid's not allowed there. Let them go play there if they want to. But it's a place that they don't normally play at, right? That's maybe a place where visitors come and they can hang out. Or a place that you know that you can go and it's neat, even if you didn't pick up the toys for your kids. That's my hack. What is your hack? I want to share these every week or every month. So I'm going to ask you moms out there, if there's something you know that other moms need to know, or dads, or whoever's watching, if there's something you know that somebody else could learn from or benefit from, let us know. I mean, listen, we're all helping each other out and make it in this mom world. Let us know. And especially, this is for those moms who've just given birth. I mean, they're already shocked with how different their life is at that moment. Remember how it was when you first gave birth. And you're like, oh my gosh, my world has changed. You're happier, you love this person so much and everything, but you have no more time for yourself, right? So those hacks, like what do you do? Oh, I have one. One last one. Giant sunglasses and hats. Americans say hat. H-A-T, not H-U-T, H-A-T. Giant sunglasses are, you can look like not very nice. But if you wear glasses, no one can see your face, and that's a good thing. Because if you don't have, you can look however to go grab your cup of coffee, to go somewhere, drop off the kids or whatever. So I feel like giant sunglasses are good for that. They hide a lot. And then hats, you don't want to make your hair all the time. Hair in a bun or put on a hat. I am a believer in hats. Like I have lots of them. I wear different kinds of hats. You don't have to do your hair. Your hair can be messy. You wash it and go. It can be messy and no one's gonna care. You just look cool. It's a cool look, right? Musicians do it all the time and they look cool. So as a mom, follow the musicians. All right, mahalo. If there's anything cool that you can tell us about or share with us, let us know. We're waiting to hear from you. Bye, mamas. Bye. Mahalo.